Hello.
Hello, and welcome to the other side of the kitchen table.
I'm joined by Stevie Wonder yet again.
This is.
Go and give us a little.
I just come to say I don't like you.
Thanks. Carry on.
Alright, welcome to the other side of the kitchen table and towels from there.
It's nice to know when your mother doesn't like you, isn't it?
I wasn't actually singing it to you.
You looked at me.
I didn't because I can't see.
Well, you looked in my direction.
I don't know what direction I'm looking in, to be perfectly honest with you.
You've got sunglasses on, you can still see. Anyway.
No, I haven't got my normal glasses on. Right, so the topic today is something that Kaylee thought of.
Yeah. Because I have a brain somewhere in this vicinity of my face. Parenting. Not just parenting. People say that... I've got hair on. Hang on. People say that goths and alternatives don't make good parents. I'm a godmother of God knows how many.
And I beg to disagree.
I'm not a mum or a parent, but I'm a godmother.
I have never, ever been anything other than a complete weirdo.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
I don't think I'm the world's worst mum. She turned out okay.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm going to eat that cat in a minute if you don't bugger off.
We'll eat the cat.
No, Tiggy, we're not having kitty cat porn sites on this channel.
Speaking of porn, Mr. Porn, who left a porn site in our comments, will you please desist and stop doing it because we don't appreciate it.
It was a new one.
Oh, it's a new Mr. Porn.
Yeah.
Well, just for you, we don't appreciate it. We don't like it, so please stop it.
Yep.
You get deleted and reported anyway, so is it really worth it?
No.
Right, you were saying.
What was I saying?
About alternative and goth parents.
No, you were saying.
Yeah, well, I've never been anything but a true weirdo, and I don't think I did too bad because she's turned out quite well.
She thinks.
Well, you don't go around mugging old ladies and doing stuff like that, do you?
No, but I'm a rebel.
You're a rebel without a clue. You don't actually go around and do anything that you shouldn't do.
I'm a rebel.
So, I mean...
I drink and smoke and swear.
She was getting funny looks because she took one of her godchildren on rides at Peter Pan's Playground.
Adventure Island.
Peter Pan's Playground.
Adventure Island. Formerly known as Peter Pan's Playground, like many, many, many moons ago. Anyway, yeah, I was with one of my godchildren. I took them to Adventure Island, and I looked rather goth, and people were giving me funny looks and saying, "Oh, she shouldn't be with that child,"
which, to my mind, is ridiculous.
Well,
you can't tell whether a parent is good or bad by the way they look.
And although goth is not a way of looking, it is actually a lifestyle choice. Still doesn't mean anything. We don't all go around going, "Oh, we're going to go and sit in a graveyard," or anything like that, you know, or like that joke of how many goths it takes to change a light bulb. None, because they sit in the dark and talk about how goth it is. No.
However, I have known goths, and the light bulb's gone, and she was sitting there almost crying because it was dark.
I'm scared of the dark. I'm a very good goth.
Yeah, she's so dark, she's scared of it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is ridiculous to say that because of the way someone looks or their lifestyle, they make a bad parent. You cannot say that.
No.
I mean, I suppose that a lot of people could have said Tom Fletcher was wrong because he had green hair and he had...
It was blue hair.
No, green ones.
Was it green? Probably washed out blue.
Probably washed out blue. But he had Buzz, which is a daft name for a child, I admit, in a baby harness, and he was saying, "Oh, daffodils are funny," because he was in hysterics about a daffodil. And Tom Fletcher is one of the best celebrity parents I've ever heard of. He's always got his children. He's always doing something with them, and his wife was making slime with them.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that just because you look a certain way, you are a good or bad parent.
Ow!
I mean, let's admit it, let's be honest. I have known some people who look really normal, who are terrible parents. I mean, the Mummy Diaries, right? I saw the coming attractions for the Mummy Diaries. It's not something I will watch. I can't stand it, to be
It's
honest
another
with you.
Love Island thing.
But their child, who was a toddler, he was about 2 or 3, farted in the baby's face and nobody said anything.
That's good parenting.
You know, it wasn't like, don't do that, that is really rude. You don't do that in a baby's face or anything like that. Nobody said anything to him, they just let him get on with it, which to me is disgusting. I think that is absolutely disgusting, and that is a prime example of bad parenting.
Just as so everybody knows, my exercises are going up today. I was doing 5s, today I'm going up to 10s, and I've got some extra exercises that I've got to do. But things are paying off because I put my belly bar back in, and that only happens when I start losing weight. Because if you have a piercing in your belly button, you know that you can only grow, what is it, 4 inches around the waist? 6 inches around the waist. If you get more than that, then you're supposed to take it out because it can rip. I took mine out because at one point in my life I got very, very, very fat.
Yeah, it was called Frogs, Legs and Garlic Crisps.
Yeah, and I got incredibly fat and I couldn't wear it anymore, so I took it out. And then left it out for years and years and years, and then I put it back in last year, wasn't it? Yeah, last year. And then I got fat again after I came back on holiday, so I took it out again, and I put it back in yesterday.
Of course you got fat, you were pregnant.
Well, yeah, so I put it back in again, and lost the baby weight, so it's gone back in, and hopefully it will stay in this time for a bit longer instead of like a month.
Well, you get down, you lunatic. But as we were saying, because of the way you look or your lifestyle, I don't think that makes any difference on how you parent.
No.
I mean, I've known brilliant goth and punk parents, and I've known equally bad normal parents. So, you know, it really is down to the individual, but
it's got nothing to do with your lifestyle, what music you listen to, or anything else.
It really gets to me when they say, "Oh, they shouldn't have babies; they're goths." Or whatever.
I was brought up on Metallica and Venom, and yeah, there was
Cure.
rock and roll put in there as well, but it was mainly like goth and metal and stuff like that. Like, what kid would know? A kid of 3 would know all the words to Metallica. Well, I did.
What kid of 5 would know all the words to Rockin' on Every Store? You did.
Exactly. So, and Guns N' Roses.
Her lullaby was Bad Moon Rising because she wouldn't sleep to anything else.
You know, it's not what your lifestyle choices or what music you listen to. I mean, I think it's better if you've got a child who has been brought up with a strange family, for the simple reason, I was walking down the road, this was years ago, remember? And I had bright red hair, and I was wearing black clothes, and I had black lipstick on, because that's how I usually look. And this kid went, "Oh, look, Mummy, it's Devil Lady."
And the worst thing was the mother went, "Yeah, it is."
And I was like, how rude.
That is disgusting parenting. I mean, I'm sorry, I know kids can be mischievous. God knows I've dealt with enough. But, you know, I know kids can be mischievous. They can. But when you openly let a child insult an adult within earshot, and I mean, I went to a cafe and there was 2 normal parents with a little girl who just quite happily poked her tongue out at me. And they didn't berate the child or anything, they just let it go.
Although there were this isn't a parent, but this is like old people. This is the sort of crap that I have to go with on a day-to-day basis because I look weird. I had on my earmuffs, and my earmuffs have got Jack Skellington faces on them, they've got skulls on them. And I was wandering around, because it was winter, and I had on a big coat, and I was wandering around, and I was looking at something. And one of them said something to me.
No, we were in Wilkinson's.
I can't remember properly.
We were in Wilkinson's. And there was this
I've been drunk since then.
middle-aged couple standing there. And KB was looking at chargers.
I was all of about 20.
because, as usual, she couldn't find a phone charger.
Yeah.
So she was looking at chargers, and the guy sort of said, "Excuse me." So Kaylee politely moved to one side, and she goes, "She can't hear. She's got earmuffs on."
And I went, I just moved and I can hear you. And she's like, oh, not sorry or anything. Oh. It's like, you could have apologised. You just insulted me.
And we were on a bus in Southend, and this woman, the rudeness. "Shut up, you two. I can't hear myself think."
Hmm.
She was talking in a normal modulated tone,
Like this.
much like I'm talking now, to the person who was next to her on the bus. Nothing to do with that woman.
Let's talk about
Nothing
M&Ms.
to do at all. And she was really sharp and nasty about it. And I went, "Don't worry, she's just allergic to M&Ms, I think."
I mean, you shut up. I'm not one who's going to sit back and just let people say stuff about
I
me.
told her to shut it, because, who wanted to hear that woman with a teapot or cozy on her head?
Yeah, I'm not adverse to saying something to someone if they're going to start. I mean, usually I've got my mum or Michelle with me, and they usually jump in before I can. Like, Michelle, go on a train. Usually they usually jump on before I get a chance, because I usually have to think and don't want to say something because I have to let it sink in what they've actually said before, because my brain doesn't work like my mouth. So I'll say something and it'd be completely out of context. I'm like, why did I say that? Or I think afterwards, and I'm like, I could have said that to them.
But the thing is, back to the parenting.
Yeah.
She got insulted at Venture Island because she had a little one with her. And that, to me...
Although one of the guys on the road went, "Oh, your daughter's really cute." I went, "She's not my daughter." I went, "She's my goddaughter, but she's not my daughter."
Yeah, and then the child in question's father went, "Wish she was our mum."
Yeah. But no, I have no children. Only my cats.
But we just feel very strongly about the fact that you get penalised on how you look if you've got a child with you.
Yeah. I mean, I did have a baby, but that wasn't to be.
Yeah.
No.
So, we do feel strongly about that. We do look weird, yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not mean to say that that has no bearing on what sort of parent you are.
I mean, I took her out as well, and they went, "Oh, you've got tattoos. You must be a terrible mother." I went, "One, I'm not her mum," and two, it doesn't matter how you look, or your parenting doesn't depend on how you look. I said, so you can't say that, but I'm not actually her mum. I'm my godmother. Oh, you shouldn't be a godmother if you look like that. I went, why the hell not? What's wrong with how I look?
I have known people
I'm not
with
opening that door. The cat's driving me mad.
many tattoos. That's Kelly kicking cat bowls across the room. I have known people with many, many tattoos. They're usually tattooists. Great parents, but they are tattooed. I have known people with no tattoos who are terrible parents.
It's not what you put on your skin. It's not how you look. It's not how you live your life. It's just people and stupidness. Because if you've got a child and you're weird, they'll accept people that are weird.
Preconceptions are a terrible thing. But I mean, up until I was about 5, I didn't realise that there were people in the world who didn't wear glasses. My mum wore glasses, my dad wore glasses, my aunt wore glasses. I didn't really see my brother because he was away at sea most of the time because he was in the Navy. And
He didn't wear glasses.
No, and my sister didn't wear glasses either, but she left home at 16 when I was all of 3. So I didn't really know that there were adults out there who didn't wear glasses, because it seemed like everyone I came into contact with did.
But like I said the other day, like when I was working at Wonderland, little girl said I was beautiful. Went to the airport and some little girl said I look like Ariel.
It all depends on how you bring your children up. Kaylee my niece has cerebral palsy and Asperger's syndrome, and she went to several special disabled schools, Elizabeth Fry and Kingsdown, to mention 2. So from a very young age, Kaylee was exposed to disabled children. Now, she knew they were different, but she didn't really understand why they were different. But she'd still sit there quite happily and colouring and
I
talk
went
to
out
them.
with Matthew who's in a wheelchair. I was 9.
Yeah,
But I still went out with a boy in a wheelchair. It didn't bother me. Even when he stuck his tongue in my ear accidentally. But
the thing is, people are different, and I think that children should be exposed to the fact that people are different. I mean, there was a children's presenter who had one arm,
idiot.
and she was slated for it. You know, parents were complaining, saying that it was scaring the children because she had one arm. Now, I don't
For
believe
God's
that
sake.
for 1 minute.
T,
Because
come
if
here.
that was the case,
Come here.
if that was the case, why is Captain Hook so popular?
He's
You
got
know,
one hand.
It's preconceived notions that the parents put in their head.
And also, if that's the fact, then why the kids are like pirates and pirates have got a peg leg? That's a leg missing.
It's all preconceived notions that other people are putting into their head. If you have a mother, God forbid, but if you have a mum who's got no legs, they're going to grow up thinking that everyone's got no legs.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. It's just what other people put in their head.
Get down.
I mean, my
down.
dad had Bell's palsy when I was little. And one side of his face was paralysed and he could only smile with half his face.
Was that me that New Year?
And this side of his face had completely dropped. His eye was like down and everything. And I didn't think that there was anything out of the ordinary. However, when I was about 7 and my brother got mugged, I couldn't look at him. His face scared me because he had his face smashed in.
Also, just so you guys know, I ordered some nose wax today. Actually, I think I ordered it yesterday. I ordered some nose wax anyway. And I will be reviewing that on Pandora's box because don't know what it's going to be like. It should get rid of my bump.
But it's cosmetic.
It's this bump here.
It's cosmetic, so it's a Pandora's box.
That's what I just said. It'll be on Pandora's. I'll be reviewing on Pandora's box.
Cosmetic, yeah.
Yeah, and I've ordered some other makeup as well, and I'll show you that because it's holiday stuff.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think that you're a bad parent if you look different? Do you think that the way you look defines what your parenting skills are like?
Isn't that really annoying when you pat a cat on the bum and it just puts its bum in the air?
But, you know, what do you think? Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think the way you look should define what preconceived ideas
and
people
also,
have got about
another
you
thing
as
that
a
annoys
parent?
me, another thing that winds me right up. Disciplining your child. I used to get smacked when I was naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do me any harm. So why can't you smack your kids now?
I used to get belted.
Like, okay, that is a bit OTT, but you know, like when you just smack your kids. My mum never done it across the legs. I used to wear a nappy and she smacked me on the bum, so I had the impact of the nappy. I couldn't feel anything, but it was the shock.
You used to cry and moan about it.
It was the shock that you got smacked. Why can't you smack your kids? I'm not saying beat the crap out of them. I'm just saying one smack on the bum. Why can't you do that anymore?
Well, you got a smack on the bum, and if I couldn't get your bum, I used to smack you on the back of my hand.
Yeah, but why can't you do that now? If you'd done that now, you'd be done for child abuse.
I mean, I used to go like this. If she was playing up, I'd go, no.
It's child abuse. Someone call NSPCC. You saw that? On camera. Child abuse.
I mean, I know some people, when a kid's wind them up, when the kid is screaming for no apparent reason. I've seen someone smack their child then, and I don't think that that's right. I think that your mood should not define on whether you smack that child or
And
not.
please don't give your kids mobile phones. Why? Why?
That really winds me up.
Why? Can't you be bothered to spend time with your child?
In the bank, there's this woman in the bank, and her child was crying. Instead of turning around and talking to the child and letting the child know that she remembered that he was there, she gave him the mobile phone to play with.
Don't do that. Their brains are already screwed up enough. They don't need that.
I mean, yeah, but this kid was about 2.
Don't do that.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I've also seen them, little children, giving them keys to play with.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. And did you know if your baby could put a metal in their mouth, they can get mouth ulcers?
I mean, I never did that. I always had toys in my bag.
Take plastic keys and give them the plastic ones.
As much as we hate plastic, They are easier to sanitise.
Yeah, but take the plastic ones. I mean, most kids. You get off me. Most kids' toys are made out of plastic, as is animal toys. Give them plastic keys.
We have got a kid's plastic teething room with keys on it for the cats.
Yeah, that's because they were teething at the time. Cats do teeth. Oh, they do.
So,
And they chew everything.
we've got things like that here. And, I mean, it's no biggie. I mean, they're easier to scrub and clean, which we have to do quite frequently with those because they get dragged all around the floor. So,
yeah, they do still play with them.
they're
not teething anymore, but they do still play with them.
Why not take some toys in your bag?
I know. It's insane. So, I don't.
Now, everyone knows I'm a bit of an eco warrior. And I don't like wipes for babies' bums. Or wiping their hands with wipes. What chemicals are in those wipes?
Yeah, because once I think Leanne was dyeing my hair.
Yeah, and it took dye off the carpet. Dye. That is quite harsh. That is quite a harsh chemical.
Yep.
And she took it off with a baby wipe. What is in those things? What is it doing to your baby's skin?
I mean, I've tried to do it. We got makeup. Wasn't makeup, no, it was hair dye. All over the kitchen floor. And I went, oh, I've got some makeup wipes. Didn't touch it. So I was like, okay, well, that's crap. But then again, face wipes. You don't want any harsh chemicals on your face.
No, but then a baby's skin is much more delicate.
I know, but I'm just saying, you don't want any... So maybe they should put the same stuff that they have in makeup wipes, the same what they put in baby wipes. That's what they should do. Because if it doesn't take up hair dye and it's for your face, then they should put the same stuff that's for makeup wipes in baby wipes.
I know that they are making baby wipes now that have only got water in with a little bit of orange and lemon juice. That is a good idea.
Take a flannel and some soap.
I used to get a wet flannel, wrap it in wrap a bar of baby soap in the middle of it, and a small towel, a hand towel. Doesn't take up much room, and it's going to be much kinder for the baby's skin than the harsh chemicals.
What about if you can't use soap though? Because I can't use soap.
If you can't use soap, then you get a bit of their baby bath, like Infocare or something, and you soak the flannel in that.
Okay, sorry.
Rinse it out, put it in a plastic bag, put a hand towel in there. Doesn't take up that much room, and your baby's skin's safe.
Yeah, because I can't use soap.
No, you can't.
Those awful things.
Baby soap. It's mainly for bums you need the soap, but you get sticky hands and faces as well.
Well, the thing is,
when it got to the sticky hands and faces stage, I had one for bums and one for faces.
What happens is if I use soap, my hands go dry and my face comes up in spots. I can't use bars of soap. It does not work. I can use squirty soap for my hands, like liquid soap, but with my face I have to use either face wash, face scrub or makeup wipes.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, when she was about 18 months old, I had a flannel for the bum and a flannel for the face and a towel.
Do you remember when I put my fingerprints all over VHS windows?
Yes. And you thought you was going to spend 100 months in a little girl's prison.
Yeah, I said I was very strange when I was a child, and I thought I was going to get 100 months in prison. And I always thought that everyone had 100 pints when they were drunk, because that's how my mum went. And I'm going to strangle you strangle your neck or something, wasn't it?
I'm going to kill your neck.
I'm going to kill your neck. I don't know what that means.
Now, I never threatened to kill her. But she'd obviously heard it somewhere. I mean...
Probably when I went downstairs at 3 o'clock in the morning and watched Dolls.
Watch it or I'm going to smack your bum. That was the biggest threat you used to get. I was never really that harsh to her. But as I say, because I was scared about using harsh chemicals on the bum, we had 2 flannels.
But when I was a kid, I did this naughty thing. Because I was like little. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was about 2.
And you was older than that. I was about 3.
I was about 3, and 3 o'clock in the morning, I came downstairs, snuck downstairs, and I was what my mum had ordered. This is how long ago it was. It was on VHS, right? She rented a VHS, and I went downstairs and I watched the VHS, and it was a horror film called Dolls. I haven't seen it since. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, because I got the DVD of it.
I can't bloody remember it. I have to watch it again. But
Bunny Bailey was in it.
I don't know who that is.
It's the Bird at the Take on Me video.
Oh, she's ugly. But yeah. So I need to watch it again
Yeah,
to
well,
see
the
what.
film I endear you to her at all.
Is she annoying?
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's nice. Is she as annoying as Danny out of The Shining?
Have you got any anti-cues?
She's as annoying as Danny out The Shining.
Mm,
God, that
more
kid
annoying.
drives me insane. You want it?
This is more annoying.
We're talking about parenting. But you know that's because he is annoying and he keeps whining. Oh, whining children. Oh.
Now the thing is, I've dealt with whining children. I nearly always had Katie, and if I didn't have Katie, which I normally did, I mean, it was like I had two kids instead of one.
She didn't have Katie. She had me.
Yeah, but it was almost as though I had two kids, and we always had Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Even when me and my, well, he wasn't my husband then, he was my boyfriend. We used to go out. We used to go out, and Katie would come with us. I always had Katie, and you know, it was. I was a weirdo, and I had two kids, and the two kids were dressed beautifully. You know, they had little sailor suits and little dresses. They looked gorgeous, and I used to dress them alike because I'm like that. And you know, people would see them and they go, "Oh, aren't they pretty?" And then I'd come around, I'd walk up, and they were like, "Is that your mother?" You know, and I was like, "Oh, little one," but it was ridiculous, really, because they had this preconceived idea that I was going to have you covered in makeup and dressed all in black.
I know. That's what annoys me. Like, okay, I have seen some things that when I eventually do have children, I want to get them, and it's like little you know, what are you doing? You know, the little vest with the poppers underneath, Motorhead, and things like that. That sort of thing, I want to get them, but I wouldn't have them wearing makeup, not until they're like 15.
Well, they assumed that because I was covered in makeup and I had dyed black hair and I usually had 3 earrings in and I looked a bit strange, they automatically assumed that I would do that with, well, they thought Kate was mine, but they automatically assumed that I'd do that with my children, and I did not.
Well, am I going to, like, when I have kids, am I going to shove a bit of metal through their tongue and shove one through their lip and give them 6 piercings in their ears?
You might.
No.
You know, she didn't even have her ears pierced until she was 8. So...
I mean, I don't regret any of my piercings or my tattoos, but I wouldn't do it to someone else.
And I don't believe in babies getting piercings either, because what is the worst thing? You know, you've got babies sitting there and they look at another baby and it goes, it's that twinkle in the ear, rip. And that's for life.
Well, Colin had his nose ring ripped out, didn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still got a scar from that.
Yeah.
And that's like, this is like 40 years on.
You know, so babies do pull. I've had my hair pulled, I've had my earrings pulled, I've had my necklaces broken before because the baby's pulling on things. They have tried to go for my lip and I'm usually like, or that's not what I do. It's trying to like, no. Or my nose, they have gone for my nose. But my rings are so tight in my nose now, they can't really
and
do
I mean,
anything.
I breastfed as well. And I was on the ferry coming back from Germany and I was breastfeeding and I said, I need, like I said to my husband, I need somewhere I can go because I've got to feed the baby and I'm not lobbing everything out on deck. And the guy came up to me and goes, we've got Pullman seats downstairs in the television room. He says, and it's darker down there. So I went and fed her in the television room.
You know, like, yeah, if you have got piercings, you do have to be careful. But just because someone looks different, not weird, different. Squidgy, can you back it in, please? Doesn't mean that they're gonna be bad parents or they're not gonna know what they're doing with their children. I mean, it's like guessing anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, don't automatically assume that because someone looks a bit strange, they're going to be a lousy parent. Because,
Hang on.
you know, you could be making a big mistake about it. I mean, I've known nannies that have looked a bit strange. You know, professional nannies who have looked a bit odd. So, don't don't have preconceived ideas about it.
I mean, Ozzy Osbourne's a dad and no one said anything about him.
Oh, they have.
Did they?
Yeah.
He was a Prince of Darkness.
And remember, he was an alcoholic and he's supposed to have been violent and everything else. And
Yeah, because I'm sure Sharon would have put up with that.
I was very nearly his nanny.
Really?
So,
But, you know, I've done everything. I've changed kids. I've fed kids. I've bottle fed kids. I've sat there for hours bobbing a kid up and down on my knee. I've
you've
held
watched The
kids.
Incredibles
I've
with him.
cuddled kids. I've watched Incredibles with kids. I've sat there for hours cuddling kids while watching
You have
films with
one
them.
with their head on your lap and you're sleeping and dribbling down your leg.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, this has happened to all of us. You've had been sick on you.
And I didn't go, ah!
You've been puked on, you've been weed on, you've been pooed on. It's...
Because I'm a godmother.
And so don't automatically assume that
Squidgy.
because someone looks a bit strange, you're going to be a lousy parent, because that is
doing?
absolute
Get
codswallop.
out. I don't know what
It's
you're doing.
like me turning around and saying, "Oh, you've got tattoos. You must be a criminal." You know, it's ridiculous.
He was after a bit of pasta.
My mother didn't believe in tattoos. She believed that you were either in the Navy or you've been in prison. But you know, I don't.
Yeah, she admitted when I got my heartogram on my arm.
Yeah, well, she didn't know about any of my tattoos because she was dead before I got them.
I don't know how many I got now.
You know, don't prejudge anything ever, because that's.
I mean, that's like saying that I can't look after an animal because I'm a goth. It's the same sort of thing.
I've known some goths who are the best animal owners. So.
Because do you know what? Right. Now, after kids get past a certain age, they can look after themselves pretty much. Animals can't do that. So, you've got this little animal, because they're always little, they don't grow very big, apart from St. Bernards. Big dogs, yeah, but cats or something, we've got cats. You've got this little thing, little ball of fluff, it can't do nothing for itself, literally nothing for itself. So you have to feed them, you have to change your litter trays, you have to play with them, you have to make a fuss of them.
I was sitting in the PDSA once. I'd taken Scruffy in because he'd got grass seed in his paw again. And I was sitting there, and this big biker come in. He was massive, and he was all in leather.
What did he have?
A lizard in a cage.
Well, lizards, yeah, but I think it's funny when you get
It was a little lizard, and it was called Baby.
I think it's funny when you get these.
I mean, it was a monitor lizard. It was going to get bigger. But...
Yeah, I think it's funny when you got these big guys. They come in and they've got like this little cat.
Seen that?
I know, but it's funny. But, you know, just because you look different doesn't mean that you're not going to take care of whatever it is.
Oh, this punk came in. More chains than public glue. You know, he's got a Mohican. He's like, yeah. And I thought he was going to come up with a cat or something. It was a rat.
Yeah. That's not unusual, though.
It was unusual.
Punks usually have rats. But, you know, when you've got, like, this biker and they've got, like, a little poodle or something, that's hilarious. But, like, I don't like... These cats are my babies. They are. I love my babies. And although he's driving me nuts, he has been naughty all day. Squidgy has been driving me mad.
Squidgy has been a little sod all day.
He has been a nightmare. He has been the cat from hell today. I don't know why.
We've got a flower arrangement in the living room and he has been knocking it over.
Look at what he's doing now. He's got his head in the litter bag.
Now he's got his head in a bag of cat litter.
He's driving me nuts. But what? What are you winking at? Stupid cat. But, you know... These are my animals. These are my babies, unfortunately. And he's been as good as gold as usual. But, you know, you've got this animal, and he's especially, because he's only got 3 legs, they can't do anything for themselves, and you've got to look after that animal.
Squidgy has got the devil in him today.
You've got to feed them, water them.
Even Tiggy's behaving better.
I know. Change your litter trays. You know, you've got to play with them, make fuss of them. Make sure that they've got everything, flea treatment, worm treatment, but you have to shove that down their throat. With kids, you don't have to shove it down their throat. So, yeah, you know, so you've got all this stuff that you've got to do for animals. And also, a kid can tell you when they're not well. An animal can't. I mean, Squidgy had constipation again the other day, didn't he? I think he's fixed it. He does this weird thing where he dances
What
around all
do
the litter
you
trays in the
want?
house. Tiggy, can you please PO?
He loves the camera though.
Right, as I was saying. So yeah, a kid can tell you what's wrong. Be it screaming or anything, you can always tell what's wrong with a kid. An animal, they can't. We guess it's Squidgy because he dances around all the litter trays. And he actually, looks like he's in pain and he's straining. It's horrible seeing him in that state. But I think it's past now.
Yeah.
But last time they said, it wasn't, you didn't have, his bowels were slightly swollen, but it was nothing to worry about. But we thought we'd take him in anyway. And then we waited this time to see if he would actually pass anything through, and he has. So
Well, it did happen during the weekend as well.
yeah, we think he's better now. He's not dancing around the litter trays anymore, so, and he's not constantly trying to go. So I think he must be better now because he's been bugger.
Yeah, thank Christ for that. I mean,
Well, thank Christ for that. What, he's been a little bugger?
No, I really didn't want to be going to the vets with him on the weekend
No.
or anything like that. It was.
But
It was horrific enough last time that was a weekday.
He has had a lot of problems with his health, though. I mean, when he had his leg broken in 3 places, we took him down to have his. He got castrated. He had his leg off, and he had a microchip all in the same day. Hello, Gremlin. That was all in one sort of day. He had that done.
And that was my fault because I said I only wanted him to have one lot of anaesthetic.
Yeah, well, he was a baby. He was 6 months old, and he had a massive gash down his leg. I've got pictures of that. It's disgusting. Especially the fact that the picture next to it is steak.
Well, it was amputation.
The picture next to it is steak.
Yeah, but it was amputation. You don't expect it to be like a little scratch.
And I had him in my bedroom, and he was trying to get out of my bedroom, and he couldn't walk properly. And I was like, no, because he was trying to use that leg, and it wasn't there. And I was like, no, just lay down in here with me. You'll be okay. And he sort of laid down with the ump and went to sleep. Tried to sleep on my bed, and I was like, no, because you're bleeding. You bleed all over my covers. So I put loads of towels down on the floor and made him sleep on the floor. With his cone on his head, he looked really depressed. And then obviously he was feeling a bit weird, so we took him into the vets again, and it was just because the weather was making him feel funny.
Beast from the east, and he didn't like it, so.
And then he had to go in because he had constipation. He has had a lot of health issues.
It's always Squidgy. If anyone needs a vet, it is always going to be Squidgy.
But he is made of muscle. He is. So what are you doing now, you Burke?
He's as tough as old boots. He really is.
What are you doing?
I mean, he tries to do spider cat by hanging from the picture rail.
That was once when he had 4 legs.
No, he's done it twice.
Has he?
Yeah, he's done it since he had 3.
You notice that though, yeah? Paw does not go the right way. His paw's supposed to be straight like that. Is he right that way or out in that way?
But the thing is, we don't love him any less because he's got 3 legs.
We love him more.
So.
But he's just been a little bugger today.
He has been a cow son today.
No, he's playing with pasta again.
Oh.
And we have Gremlin again.
Yeah, the illustrious Gremlin, who I'm usually cuddly.
She's also been, she's not been castrated because cats don't get queens don't get castrated.
No, but she's been fixed so we don't get kittens.
They've all been fixed. Even my precious little Andy boy. That actually really upset me when I took him in because he was 5 months old, I think. He was 6 months old, and he's my baby boy, and I took him in, and he was looking at me, and I put because I have my shoes on and I have my toes out, and I put my toe in the door of the cage, and he licked my toe, and then we took him in, and he was crying, and that was when I brought him home. Actually, I did that. We took him in, and he was crying, didn't he? One little cry, and we took him in, and then we got lost. We got on the bus and went the wrong way. I went all round the houses, and I was like, my Andy, and she's like, oh, for God's sake, you shut up about Andy, you'll be fine. And I was like, but he's in the hospital.
I mean, they've all been fixed, and because it prolongs their life.
But with Squidgy, it was quite funny because they said, oh, we'll give you a phone call, and they never gave us a phone call. So about 3 o'clock, because we took him in at about 9 in the morning, about 3 o'clock we gave him a call. Is he ready? Oh yeah, he's fine. It was like, well, why didn't you ring us then?
Yeah, so we went and got him and he was groggy, but he soon woke up and we got him in the air though,
They
didn't
said, oh, he's had some food. I was like, okay, so you don't need to feed him. I was like, okay. He's had quite a lot of food. I was like, oh, okay. Because Squidgy does eat a lot because he's all muscle. So he's like, okay, he's had quite a lot of food. It's fine. And they said, so he doesn't need to be fed tonight. I was like, okay, that's good to know. What are you licking me for, you fool? And we was quite happy about that. And they said he was hero cat because they had to give him 3 lots of anaesthetic to get him to go to sleep because he was fighting it. And she only wanted him to have 1. And that I give him free to put him asleep.
Yeah, but I was very worried because the smaller the animal and the younger the animal,
And he was a baby.
the more dangerous the anaesthetic is. Hello, Graham.
She's abusing you with her head.
The more dangerous the anaesthetic is. Will you please stop licking my elbow?
She does this licky thing. She licks everything.
Yeah.
Carrier bags, people.
Oh, you little princess, stop licking my elbow. My Pimlico princess.
Squidgy, why are you under the fridge now?
Yeah, will you stop it? I'm trying to talk to our little fishies, not get licked on the elbow by you. So,
What have you found now?
yeah, can you let us know in the comments what your opinions are, because we value your opinions. Thank you for any comments we've had, Leanne, about you loathing Love Island, because we loathe it too. So please, comment. We don't get enough comments. This is the problem. People, please comment.
Yeah, if you don't comment, I'm just going to go give you more content about kitty cats.
Yeah, so please comment.
You don't want that.
Comment. What is it?
Like, subscribe, and notification bell.
So please,
You should really remember that one.
do comment. All right, comment, like, share, subscribe, notification bell. Yeah. So please do that, because we don't have content without your comments. So please comment. And look, my Pimlico princess is saying subscribe. Can you say no to that little face? Oh. So please like, comment, share, subscribe.
And I'm actually worried about this tail, you know.
And I want your comments. We need your comments, and Kayla will answer every comment personally.
Apart from Mr. Pawn.
Apart from Mr. Pawn, and he just gets blocked and reported. So please do comment.
She's looking at the camera.
Share, subscribe, please. See, she wants you to do it. Look, she wants it.
I'm actually scared she's going to go for me because the tail's going out.
I will say good night from the other side of the kitchen table.
Yep, and I will be doing a review on my wax when it gets here. And also, cat fur. And also, when I get my other makeup, my holiday makeup, I'll be showing you that and doing a holiday makeup thing. There won't be a makeup tutorial. It'll just literally be me showing you what I've got, because it's interesting.
And we will be doing something again tomorrow.
One more thing. I've also ordered my hair dye, so there will be a hair dye video coming away very soon, like a week before I go to Berlin, as well as the Halloween stuff about a week before I go to Berlin. And there will be quite a lot of content about a week before I go to Berlin, so that's to look forward to.
Please comment, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell.
And do you want me to show you how to do Halloween makeup?
Please comment.
Yes, because I have a few ideas.
And we will see you tomorrow on Towels.
From the toilet bowl.
Bye. Bye.